Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Scott Dennis has the night off. Topping our news this evening, a Suncoast man made his first court appearance today on charges. He caused a crash on I-75 while drunk, injuring 3 children and leaving the scene. Marla Spence was in a Manatee County courtroom this morning and has the latest.
Billy Noel Catherwood, a man accused of DUI hit and run, was in a Manatee County courtroom this morning. Catherwood is facing 11 charges. He's accused of DUI damage to a person or property and failing to stop and remain at a crash, just to name a few of those charges. Manatee County Judge Mark Singer stated that there was not enough evidence to back up those charges. While the state attorney's office worked to gather more documents and evidence, Judge Singer says he's appointing a public defender to represent Catherwood. He's expected to be back in the courtroom Saturday morning. Now, with New Year's Eve on Sunday, drunk drivers are on the minds of many people. According to Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, 48% of highway deaths on New Year's Eve are alcohol related. AAA says that's why they've implemented a program to lower the number of alcohol related deaths.
Which is why AAA, Budweiser, and the National Foundation have teamed together to try to help people not be intoxicated and on the road, to give them an option if they are. A lot of people don't like to leave a party via a cab or whatever because they want their car the next morning.
And if you don't want to leave your car behind after you've had one too many drinks, AAA is offering their tow-to-go service. They'll take you and your car within a 10-mile radius. That service runs until January 2nd. I'm Marla Spence reporting for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you so much, Marla. The Sarasota Police Department is also cracking down on drivers and pedestrians not following the rules of the road this holiday weekend. SPD says drivers who fail to stop at a stop sign may face a fine of $166 and 3 points on their license. They say cops on motorcycles and unmarked police cars will be out on St. Armand Circle for those that are and they will not be tolerating rule breakers. Pedestrians who choose to cross the street at an area other than a crosswalk will also be fined more than $64. SPD says these measures are put in place to keep you safe. Also, on this final weekend of 2017, SPD is reminding drivers to lock their cars. Police say there were more than 500 car burglaries in the city of Sarasota in 2016. Nearly 400 of those 500 car burglaries did not show signs of forced entry, meaning those cars were unlocked. Police also want to remind you to take any valuables with you when you exit your vehicle. And Sunday is, of course, New Year's Eve, and 25,000 people are expected to head to downtown Sarasota for the annual Pineapple Drop. Several roads will be closed this weekend, including Central Avenue from 1st Street to Main Street, Pineapple Avenue from 1st to Main, 1st Street from Central Avenue to Pineapple Avenue, Lemon Avenue from 1st Street to State Street, and Orange Avenue from Main Street to Central Avenue. And with celebrations being just 2 days away, security preparations are already underway in some of the country's most popular party spots. John Lawrence has more.
Heightened security. That's what people who attend New Year's Eve celebrations in major cities will see. Officials in Las Vegas expect smaller than usual crowds this New Year's Eve, following the mass shooting in October that claimed dozens of lives.
So in previous years, we had spotters in elevated positions throughout the downtown area and the Strip corridor. But this year, along with those spotters, they will be accompanied by snipers.
There will be more than 300 National Guard troops in Vegas this New Year's Eve, double the amount typically on hand. And mobile command posts will be staged throughout Sin City.
Traditionally, we had 2 in place, and they were our own assets here in the valley, but the federal government, along with DHS and the FBI, will each bring a mobile command post to assist us in communications if needed.
Roughly 1,500 police officers will be patrolling the Las Vegas area over the 3-day holiday weekend. Security in New York's Times Square will reach unprecedented levels this New Year's Eve. This after the city had 2 terror attacks within the last 3 months. The NYPD says they'll release more information about their preparations on Thursday. More than 1 million people are expected to ring in the new year in the Big Apple. Despite the increase in police, officials remind the public to report anything suspicious.
Nothing's too small to say something.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The Florida Forest Service is also reminding everyone to be safe on New Year's Eve. If you plan to set off fireworks or use open flames this weekend, the Forest Service says be careful. We are not expecting to see much rain until after the new year, so one small spark can spread quickly. And speaking of the weather, let's check in with meteorologist Steve Newman. Steve, how's it looking for us on New Year's Eve?
Jacqueline, it's looking dry until right about midnight, and then 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. we could get some rain coming in from a secondary front that will be passing over about that time. But the winds of change are blowing across the state of Florida, and you can kind of see it. Not only the high southern branch of the jet stream with cirrus clouds aloft, but lower clouds have been clearing from north to south all day long. But tonight we're still going to have a mixed bag of variable cloudiness over here. You're not going to see a lot of stars, but it won't be entirely clear or cloudy either. Radar shows some scattered showers off the Atlantic coast from that stationary front that's draped over extreme southern parts of Florida. But for us, it's going to remain dry for the rest of tonight and for the rest of the weekend. Future radar proves that with those light northeasterly winds, keeping a lot of clouds around too, but no rain. And temperature is going to drop several degrees from what we're used to. I think we're going to bottom out in the low 50s in the morning. You're going to have to wear a jacket definitely tomorrow morning, but 62 now, dropping off through the 50s through the evening hours. A complete forecast and look at the New Year's forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, thank you so much, Steve. Looking forward to it. Governor Rick Scott approved a plan on Thursday to allow AT&T and the First Responder Network Authority to design a new wireless network for first responders here in Florida. The network, called FirstNet, will be offered exclusively to first responders across our state. AT&T says it will expand current coverage, especially in rural areas, and offer more apps and tools for public safety agencies. In Manatee County, cell service drives data sharing between the 911 call center and emergency responders. The chief of emergency communication, Jacob Sauer, says he is open to a switch, but won't make a decision until after the FirstNet build-out is complete.
It's not something we're jumping on board with right away. We have a plan right now that works very well for us. Our data, for the most part, gets out where we need it to get out, but it's very intriguing, FirstNet, and what it offers.
FirstNet plans to complete a core network across 56 U.S. states and territories by March and expects to finish their complete build-out around 2020. Still to come on your Suncoast News, areas of the Northeast and Midwest are preparing for bitter and dangerously cold temperatures. How that will affect the New Year's weekend for many families. And Steve Newman will be back with your First Alert forecast. Plus, if you have plans to drink this New Year's Eve, we have some tips to help avoid a hangover on New Year's Day.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Florida Studio Theater has extended the 8-time Tony Award winner Once. Captivating and breathtaking, Once is an unforgettable story about going for your dreams and the power of music to connect us all. Critics are calling Once engaging and heartwarming, outstanding, and a flawless production. Audiences are calling it phenomenal and better than Broadway. Once is now playing through January 14th. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting FloridaStudioTheater.org.
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from the Creative Galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Each one of our journeys keeps us young. Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
We'll never get older. Each one Go be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you. Bitter cold temperatures are sweeping through the Midwest and Northeast as New York City braces for its coldest New Year's Eve since the 1960s. ABC's Mona Riviera reports from New York.
Nearly 200 million Americans are still dealing with a dangerous cold snap. The Northeast has temperatures 15 to 30 degrees below normal. In Erie, Pennsylvania, plows continue working to clear more than 5 feet of snow that has fallen since Christmas.
The quantity that we got this time was just completely unexpected.
In upstate New York, crews have been using front-end loaders to move the mountains of snow. The Arctic temperatures continue to break records. 17 below zero in Flint, Michigan, 32 below in Watertown, New York, and an unbearable 41 below zero in Cotton, Minnesota. The weather is also taking a toll on travel. Chicago's Midway International Airport canceled over 80 flights.
Nobody offered any answers, no solutions, anything like that.
And commuters in the Northeast also having trouble. The extreme cold causing train rails to crack. But not everyone is suffering through the cold. Woodland Hills, California, seeing temperatures in the mid-80s.
I mean, I'm wearing a sweatshirt and I'm thinking, oh, it's kind of warm. What was I thinking?
The bone-chilling cold is expected to be around for a while. Some areas already buried under several feet of snow will see even more. And revelers attending the New Year's Eve ball drop in New York's Times Square could see the coldest temperatures in more than 50 years. Mona Riviera, ABC News.
And you know, Steve, if I was a person living up north, I would be watching the ball drop from the comfort of my home.
10 degrees, the predicted midnight temperature in Times Square, 10 degrees,
No, thank
wind
you.
chill 5 below. No thank you. And you notice that warm weather is heading west. As we lose the bragging rights for the warmest in the country, Southern California and Arizona will get it. But that's what happens with the changeable weather. It was a nice day out on the beach today, and we're going to have 2 more nice days before things turn on New Year's Day. You can see on our KC Key camera, not a bad day at all to be out on the beach or on a boat on the water, and sunset coming up at 5:45. Taking a look at our live camera over Sarasota Bay, current temperature at the airport is 65 degrees, dew point 55, so that is a sign drier air is in place, and it's going to get drier and drier still as the temperatures will be allowed to go lower and lower with the lower dew points. Here's the temperature change in the last 24 hours, 7 degrees cooler than it was at this time yesterday in Tampa. It's actually warmer up in the Panhandle, but that cool parcel of air is now passing southward over the state, really the first in a series of cool waves. 10 degrees cooler at Wauchula, Lake Placid 14, Sarasota 8 degrees cooler than at 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And here comes winter, not in a big blast of any kind, but it's a very slow transition to more typical winter weather for the Suncoast. You can see that front poised to the south of us, and off the Atlantic coast there's a little disturbance out there producing a few showers, but the rest of the state is dry and will remain that way right on through New Year's Eve. A lot of snow from coast to coast. Up in the Northeast we saw in the snow belts in New York 4, 5, 6 feet of snow in some areas. The brightest there are depths of between 3 feet and 4 feet. And because of a series of winter storms earlier in the season, they've got a lot of mountain snow. The ski resorts are loving it. Skiers in the west are just having a blast. Here's our current weather pattern showing that stationary front now poised over southern parts of the state. And here is our next front that will come through on New Year's Eve, and it'll have another wave on it that will come through on New Year's Day, bringing us a good chance of rain. These are temperatures right now from coast to coast. 15 at Chicago, 21 at New York City, but they are warming up. You can see those warm colors beginning to spread up into the desert Southwest and California. Here's our futurecast showing that stationary front continuing to drift southward, and that front we just looked at way up north drifting slowly southward on Saturday and Sunday, but it will be through late enough on Sunday we'll still manage to warm up Sunday to 70 degrees. But this is what we have to look for over here. Sorry to turn my back on you. This is the next one that will come in on New Year's Day, spreading rain and cooler temperatures still. About 2, 3, 4 in the morning, so it looks like midnight on New Year's should be fine. Northwest winds on the water, 10 knots tomorrow, seas 2 feet, a light chop on bay and inland waters. 69 degrees will be the temperature at the beach with mostly sunny and mild conditions. The water temperature is 71, but once that cool air starts blowing southward over the water, we'll see probably water temperatures 67, 68 degrees by this time next week. UV index, plenty of sunshine, will be 4. Here's my forecast for tonight. Look for it to be very cloudy, mostly cloudy, sometimes a little clearing here and there, and cooler, 52, which is, believe it or not, right on the money where we should be, but it's going to feel cool because we haven't been having that kind of weather for a while. And tomorrow, a partly sunny and mild day, pretty close to normal, 2 degrees below that, 69 with northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And here's our 7-day, and it's a complicated one, so I'm going to give you a chance to really look at it and soak all this in. Tomorrow, partly sunny day, high temperature 69, and for the pineapple drop on Sunday night, after a high of 70, will probably be around 58 degrees. And then the front we just looked at coming in from south of Louisiana will move over us with rain, with a 60% chance of rain on Monday. Tuesday, 40% chance, and then turning much cooler by next week. We'll talk more about that cool wave coming up in a few minutes. Jacqueline.
Okay, thank you so much, Steve. Now to your first alert traffic. There is some traffic on I-75 southbound from Ellenton to Sarasota near the exit for Fruitville Road. There's also some traffic heading northbound between Fruitville Road and University Parkway. In health news tonight, if your New Year's Eve plans include alcoholic beverages, we have some helpful tips on how to avoid that New Year's Day hangover. Here's Kim Hutcherson with today's Health Minute.
Don't let that holiday hangover bring you down. Understanding why you feel the way you do after drinking gives you the power to counter its effects. First, hydrate. When you drink alcohol, you may notice you're going to the bathroom more often. That's because alcohol suppresses the natural production of an antidiuretic hormone called vasopressin that keeps us from going too much. Losing too many fluids will dehydrate you and affect your recovery. Try drinking electrolyte-rich water in between alcoholic beverages. And you don't want to lose essential minerals like potassium, which are critical for fighting fatigue. So eat a banana or any potassium-rich foods after drinking. Don't drink on an empty stomach. Eating first will slow the alcohol from being absorbed by the body too fast. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, alcohol affects every organ in the body, so moderation is key. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
More doctors in Florida are now offering patients a new procedure to correct heartburn without major surgery. Some doctors on the Suncoast are already performing the procedures on patients with severe heartburn. Doctors use a device that goes into your mouth and down your esophagus to fix the root causes of reflux. Patients who have already underwent the surgery say they experienced faster recovery and no visible scarring compared to traditional surgery.
When the medications and the diets aren't working well enough, this is an option without true surgery to get the benefit of a surgical-like repair without incisions.
Those who have had the surgery done say now they can eat most of their favorite meals without any heartburn. Coming up, a woman is behind bars after a bold escape from a police car in South Carolina, and a young boy gets a life-changing Christmas gift that might as well have come from a galaxy far, far away.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms, and if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars. Call Tax 10,000 at 800-817-1064.
If high-performance art is what you're into, look no further than Sunset Fiat of Sarasota. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability. Or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. No matter what your passion is, there's a Fiat for everyone. Prices starting as low as $13,999 during the Big Finish event. Going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Webb.
And I'm Ray Collins. On the first day of the new year, we'll look back at some of the biggest stories of 2017.
We're going to count down some of the top stories that kept you all talking right here on the Suncoast. That's Monday morning on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
And for the first forecast of the new year, we'll be looking at some cooler air arriving on the Suncoast. We'll talk about just how cold it'll get.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone.
Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
A suspect is behind bars in South Carolina after allegedly stealing multiple cars, including a police cruiser. The woman was handcuffed in the back seat but managed to wiggle out of her cuffs and get behind the wheel. Sumter County deputies say a camera inside a patrol car captured the bold escape. It shows her first slipping out of one handcuff and then diving through a gap between the back seat and the front of the car, where deputies say she floored it and narrowly missed 2 officers. There was a chase that followed, reaching more than 100 miles per hour. The woman crashed the car because the windows ended up fogging up inside. She faces charges including grand larceny and resisting arrest. In New England, residents are facing hurricane-force winds. Boiling water was turning to snow in Mount Washington, New Hampshire, where it was 31 degrees below zero with a wind chill of -84 degrees. And take a look at this slow-mo video from Vermont, where water turns into precipitation at a temperature of -12 degrees. Well, you won't find it very cold in Anaheim, California, especially on this Guardian of the Galaxy ride. Just take a look at Georgia Bulldogs running back Nick Chubbs. He looks like he may be sweating just a bit. He didn't hide that he was absolutely terrified on that ride, but he did do a great job of playing it all off as he sat next to his coach, Kirby Smart. Georgia and Oklahoma's football teams face off New Year's Day in the Rose Bowl. A boy in Phoenix getting a very special gift this holiday season. He needed a prosthetic hand to do a lot of things that many of us take for granted. A local nonprofit stepped in to help, building him a prosthesis that is out of this world in more ways than one. Angie Cole reports.
Even with his new hand, gripping a bat isn't easy for 5-year-old Jacob Taggart.
Go hard to do it.
Jacob was born with just a thumb and partial fingers on his right hand.
He's been so frustrated trying to change and to fit in with the other kids.
The Valley nonprofit Moore Foundation agreed to see Jacob and build him a new hand. but it's no ordinary prosthetic hand.
A stormtrooper hand.
We have customized it to meet his size and shape requirements, and we have also customized it to meet his personality by making it a stormtrooper hand.
And at no cost to Jacob's family.
He just lights up with his hand.
Mark Tchaikovsky from the Moore Foundation says oftentimes insurance won't cover prosthetics for kids because they grow out of them too fast. He was glad to help make life easier for this little Star Wars fan.
It was the best gift I've ever given.
And though holding a bat is still a little tricky, he seemed to have some better luck with a lightsaber.
Well, isn't that just sweet? Still to come on your Suncoast News, a Sarasota County business is approved to build a new energy-efficient manufacturing facility. How that will help those looking for jobs in our area. And a deadly fire in New York kills a dozen people, what investigators believe started the fatal flames.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-683-9262.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to savethefood.com.
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.